and rolling.
Hey, my name is Laura. Welcome to our very first episode of HalloWednesday. Today we're going to be going through the steps on how to make a wreath like this. So if you want to figure out how to do that, or you just want to watch me do that, then stick around. I got inspiration to do this kind of wreath from Damon Oates of Deco Exchange. I'll be sure to link all of his information in the description and the video that I watched where I got the inspiration, so you can go and check him out for yourself. So in order to make our wreath, we're going to need some supplies. We're going to start off with a wreath form. It's this metal circle. It's got different levels on it. We're going to be using pipe cleaners on our wreath form to hold our decorations on. You can buy these with pipe cleaners already on them, but we don't have that, so we have to add some. We're going to be adding 18 pipe cleaners total. It's going to be tempting to add your pipe cleaners on this bar, but as you can see, it slides really easily, so we're not going to do that. We are going to secure our pipe cleaners by tying them onto these little cross sections. To decorate and fluff out our wreath form, we're going to be using decorative mesh. I've chosen black and white because it's Halloween themed. It comes in 1,000 different styles, colors, everything else. So if you want to go for something more colorful, feel free. You are also going to need a wreath hanger. You can get these really cheaply at the dollar store. This one happens to be a little weightier, but they can be pretty cheap and easy to find. You're going to need scissors to cut all of your materials with. These are really sturdy. We're going to be using wired ribbon for our project, so be sure that you have something that will be able to cut through ribbon that has wire in it. For our project, we are going to be using a variety of ribbons. These are going to be used to make the bow on our wreath, and these are just a bunch of different styles that could be used to decorate your wreath once you've put your mesh on. In total, for decorating your mesh on your wreath, you're going to need 21 yards of ribbon. So if you have 3 different ribbons that you would like to use, you're going to need 7 yards of each kind of ribbon. As far as decoration goes, again, use whatever you would like. Our wreath is going to have, I think, a skeleton on it, maybe some pumpkins. It's going to be really spooky, really cool. So here are some pumpkins that we found at Target. These were in like the dollar spot for $3 each. The dollar store has tons of decorations available, so feel free to use whatever you would like in a variety of colors and styles. There's also lights available if you would like to add these to your wreath. Once you have all of your pipe cleaners attached to your wreath form, it is time to add our decorative mesh. We are going to be using the poof method, which is really easy. It sounds very fancy and it looks really impressive, but it's really easy to do. So I'll show you that in a second. So you're supposed to roll it under. It doesn't have to be exact, it's just like to make this part cleaner looking. And then you squish it like this until you have something that looks like this. And then you take this part and use one of your pipe cleaners to attach it. So you're going to lay it down. And then take your pipe cleaner and pull it really tight and twist it. Done. Hold it down with one hand, grab it in our other hand, stretch it out to, you're going to skip a, what are these called? Skip a pipe cleaner, go to the second pipe cleaner, and then go back. So our poofs are going to be about this big. And then you're going to fluff them up. There you go. Okay. So whenever you get to the end and you've put your final poof on your last, what is it called? Pipe cleaner. Then you're just going to cut your mesh. And it doesn't have to be particularly neat, because it's going to hide behind everything else. ideally, hopefully. Okay, so now your wreath should look like this. Hey. Cool. Once your poofs are secured to your wreath form, it is time to decorate with ribbons. You are going to need a minimum of 3 different patterns of ribbon. They should be 14 inches long, and you're going to need 18 stacks of these 3 ribbons. So for example, we have a harlequin pattern, a spider pattern, and then this black and white mesh, and we just stack them together. And this will be one set of our wreath decorations. Alright guys, now would be the perfect time to go ahead and cut your ribbon. Each ribbon needs to be 14 inches long, and don't worry about the ends not looking too neat or cute, because in a second I will show you how to make them cuter. So you have these scraggly ends, and then you want to make them cute ends. So you fold it in half, and then you take your scissors and you cut at an angle, and then it turns them cute. We're going to do these bigger patterns on the outside of the wreath. So we have 9 of each kind of ribbon to go on the outside because there's 9 pipe cleaners on the outside of our wreath. So we're going to stack these, and 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to lay them down and fold them in half and press them down so that they stay in a nice stack so you don't lose track of them. With the ribbons that I want to use on the inside edge of my wreath circle, I'm doing something a little bit different. I didn't have enough of these patterns that I liked, so I'm using 3 of each pattern to make a total of 9. So I'm kind of mixing and matching. So like for example, I'm gonna do a stack like this, and that'll be 1, and then I'll do a stack like this, and that'll be 2, and so on and so forth until I get 9 of these stacks. Alright guys, now that you've got everything cut to the right size, your ends are cut so they're cute, and everything is stacked up neatly, we're going to go ahead and add them to our wreath. You're going to unfold a stack, pinch it in the middle where that center fold was, apply it to your pipe cleaner, and go ahead and twist it on, just like we've been doing with everything else. It's really easy. Then you're going to take your ribbon and kind of pull them apart from each other and fan them out so your colors show. And then you're going to go ahead and fold down your ends a little bit so they're not sticking out at weird angles. Unless you really like that look, in which case, you do you. So once you have all of your beautiful ribbons and it's looking pretty snazzy, then it's time to add all your decorations. Something that makes this a little bit easier is turning your wreath around and hook in a pipe cleaner onto the back that acts as like a hanger. So you can hang your wreath up and you can really like place stuff where you want it and figure out how you want things to look before you start like securing them on there. So I'm going to go ahead and hook a pipe cleaner to the back. And we're just going to twist it a couple times. And then hang it on a hanger. Alright, so now it is time for decorations, which is probably one of my favorite parts of this whole project. We have really cool decorations. We have this skeleton, little skeleton heads, couple of pumpkins. In order to attach the skeleton to the wreath, we, you guessed it, used a pipe cleaner. We just slid it around his midsection and he fit right in. For our smoother decorations, we have these things that look like giant staples. They're called greenery picks. You're going to squeeze the ends of them together, and if your pumpkins are styrofoamy like ours, they're just going to slide right in really easily. Go ahead, grab a pipe cleaner, you guessed it, and that's how it's going to be attached to our wreath. Easy peasy. Whew. We are almost done, but I hate to say it, things are about to get a little bit more complicated. I actually had to have my mom come in and re-teach me how to make a bow because I completely lost all of that knowledge in the span of 24 hours. As you can see, we are using the bow hand. It's pretty simple once you see how it works. She went ahead and wrapped a wire around the ends of the ribbon that we wanted to use, and then went ahead and wrapped those wires around our 2 anchor posts. Then she is going to wrap all 3 of our ribbons around the first little post, making sure they're all staying nice and neat. Then she's going to twist the bottom of the ribbon so that the opposite end faces upward, and she's going to go ahead and wrap it around the opposite post. Again, making sure that everything stays nice and neat as it's wrapped. That's probably the hardest part of making a bow with this thing. This is just making a bow from a different angle. We've gone ahead and wrapped all of the ribbons. You just repeat the same thing, wrapping the ribbon in alternating directions on all of your posts. To finish off your ribbon, you're going to continue wrapping your final length around your final post, making sure that all of your ribbons are facing the way that you'd like them to and they're nice and neat. And then go ahead and take those wires off of your anchor posts. As you can see, she's going to untwist them now. And twist those wires together to secure your ribbon so that it doesn't fall apart. Really easy. Now we're just cutting the ends of our ribbons so that they're nice and neat and won't get in the way whenever we add our ribbon tails. Fortunately, making the ribbon tails is probably the easiest part of this entire bow process. You just need to pick ribbons in coordinating colors. We picked spotty and dotted ribbons, and then again use those wires attached to your bow to secure the tails onto your bow so that it looks really fancy. Finally, you're going to pull your bow off of your posts and then fluff it out so that it looks large, full, and attractive. Then use the wire that you use to secure your tails to secure it to your wreath, and you're done. So this is our finished wreath. It turned out massive and I'm very proud of it. It took us a billion years to do because we had to film everything, but I think it turned out really nice. We skipped putting all of the decorations on because that can be a lot of trial and error, which would be really fun for you guys to watch. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you happen to make a wreath like this, please let me know so that I can see how they turned out. Show me your wreaths. I really want to know what they look like. If you have any questions or if anything was unclear, let me know. I'll try to help you out the best way that I can. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye! Oh, and special thank you to my cameraman, Alex, who did an excellent job. Bye!